Hey everybody, it's Christopher. Well, you know, many of us are in lockdown right now. Where we live, we're not permitted to go to work, so we're home. And if you're a sewer like I am, we have plenty of fabric sitting around that we can start making masks for ourselves. And if you're going to make masks for any medical personnel, be sure to check with them, their requirements. I'm not here to tell you how to make masks for the medical world. I'm here to tell you what I'm going to be making for myself. Okay? So I studied many videos, and I'll put a link to a video below where this gal really knows her stuff about the masks and everything. And I downloaded one of her videos and found it very informative. I downloaded a pattern she had on there, and I'll put that link below also. So anyway, you know, I have tons of fabric. If you're a sewer, you know, you got a fabric collection bigger than most people's wine collections. About 8, 9, 10 years ago, my hands are dirty, I've been working, so don't yell at me, I was out in the yard. About 8, 9, 10 years ago, I was teaching at, my gosh, one of the sewing stores across the country, sewing quilting store across the country, and they gave me this as a little gift, and I never used it. This is what they call fat quarters for quilters. So all these fabrics in here I never used for anything. So I've kept them all these years, and I thought, well, what am I going to make? So I'm going to make some face masks for myself. Okay, so here's the deal. These are 100% cotton. These, I had the tag here, but I threw it out. Hold on, let me see if I get the tag. Let's see what it says. Okay, I was trying to get this so you can won't glare. So there's cotton prints, cotton velveteen, cotton and silk, and marvelous jacquard. So I know which ones are cotton, which ones are velveteen. You can feel the velveteen. But I'm using the cotton. I'm going to use the cotton ones. And yeah. So that's what I'm going to be making. Alright, so next is, you know, a while ago I was at Walmart and I posted on my video showing you doing embroidery, buying this cheap fabric. It's a crafting fabric to do your test embroidery on. I had it in black. Here I have it in blue. All my black is gone. And then I was reading online where they're buying this stuff to use as like a middle filter on the masks. And I thought, wow, I already got this stuff, so I'm going to use it. So that's going to be another layer in the middle between the two layers of cotton. And then behind each cotton is going to be non-woven interfacing. And you know, I make a lot of my own shirts, so I always have tons of interfacing. I usually buy them by the bolt. When they go on sale, this is Pellon Interfacing 911FF. It's a non-woven. You can go to Pellon website to read about it. So these are the materials I'm going to be using to sew. I know some people were trying to be fancy with their masks, and they were using plain fabric and doing embroidery on it. The only thing I tell you about the embroidery, you know, I'm going to bring this to your attention, is that embroidery is poking a ton of holes on this fabric, and you're defeating the purpose of having these fabrics as filtration. When you've got all those holes from the embroidery, more air is going to get through, and it's not going to filter like it's supposed to. Just keep that in mind. That's a thought to think about. The other thing is, I let everybody know those HEPA vacuum cleaner bags and the furnace filter, air conditioner filters, HEPA filters, you know, they're all made of 99% of them are made of fiberglass. So if the virus isn't going to kill you, that HEPA filter is going to kill you from the fiberglass when you breathe it. So do your own research on everything. Okay? Do your own research on everything to find out what to use, what not to use, etc., etc. Alright, so these are what I'm going to be using to make my masks. And here's one pattern I cut out from, you know, from online. I'll include that link from where I got it. And that's how I'll be making my masks. So anyway, just want to give this heads up to everybody. And yeah, so we got plenty of time to stay home. We got plenty of time to sew. Plenty of time to get caught up around the house. There is no excuses now because all the sewers will have plenty of time to do anything anymore that they said they couldn't do before because they're always working and stuff. So we'll get through this. We'll all get through this. And this is something for the history books, right, everybody? This is something for the history books. And we're all scared. But just remember, everybody's in it together. And we got to start thinking creatively. If you're old, I'm 60 years old, okay? And I remember listening to stories of my grandparents talking about the Great Depression and how they had to survive and how they had to reserve and be a little frugal, and how they just kept using things that other people today would just throw out. So with the limited amount of money people are having that cannot work, that cannot, they're not working from home, they don't get a paycheck from their business anymore. If you're like me, I'm self-employed, so I have no check coming in. Although, you know, I do have a business where I sell bags, so I make a little extra money there. There's still some orders coming in there, so I was able to have a little bit of a reserve. But that's not going to get me through these troubled times when people are not working and they cannot spend money lavishly like they did before this virus. So, you know, we're all waiting for a check from the government to help us out. Us self-employed people, the government says we'll be able to collect unemployment. Who knows? But whatever you have in your savings account is going to be dwindled. So get ready to conserve and start using everything you've got already. Because this isn't the 80s where we were splurging. This isn't the 90s, you know, where, oh, we just had to be a little careful. And this isn't the 2000s where we splurged. You know, this is 2020 now. And, yeah, this is real life now, babe. You know, after we get through this, you'll be telling stories to your great nieces and nephews, your great grandchildren, about our Great Depression. And hopefully one day they won't have to go through this like our grandparents went through it and like we're going through it. You know? And make sure when you tell them the stories how people thought it was a hoax and no one listened and paid attention. And then when it got too late, no one could get supplies when they went out. You know, everybody's out, oh, I can't even get toilet paper, nothing, because no one took it seriously when it was being told. You know? Alright, so I'll post another video in the future showing you what I made. Okay, take care of yourselves, everybody. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.